Thank you for joining us here on Halton News. It's Monday, September 28th, and I'm Jessica Kading. There are 14 more cases to report since the last update, bringing the total current number of active cases in Halton to 171. 2 of those affected are currently being treated in hospital, one at Joseph Brant Hospital and another at Oakville Trafalgar. Breaking the numbers down by region, Burlington now has 39 residents with active cases, Oakville has 85, the highest in the region, Milton has 28, and Halton Hills is now reporting 19 active cases. The region of Halton does have an interactive map posted on halton.ca that you can use to see how your neighborhood ranks. The neighborhood shaded in the lightest shade of green, which you can see in Burlington and Halton Hills, have the lowest rates, followed by those that are a brighter green, and then those areas that are the darkest shade of green are those hardest hit by COVID-19 in Halton. Those areas are South Central Milton and North Central Oakville. Still, overall, Halton's numbers are lower crude rate per 10,000 when compared to Ontario as a whole. In terms of schools that have been affected, there are now 21 elementary and high schools in Halton that have reported at least 1 case of COVID-19. This does not mean that 21 classrooms have been closed. Public health determines whether this is necessary, and currently there are 4 public school classrooms closed and 7 Catholic school closures. Those are classrooms, not schools. All public schools and Catholic and public remain open. 3 local licensed childcare centers have also been affected: Bruce Trail Early Learning and Childcare in Milton, Halton Hills Childcare Center in Georgetown, and Oakville Family YMCA Sunningdale. All those who are considered close contact have or will be notified by public health. Halton police have just seized over $4 million worth of fentanyl, the largest fentanyl seizure in their history. Halton police began this investigation called Project Mover in late 2019, spanning the GTA. In fact, in this map, you can see where they executed 6 search warrants in relation to this bust. As a result, charges have been laid on 9 individuals, including 2 residents of Oakville, 28-year-old Jordan Trelivin and 46-year-old Douglas Johnson. In addition to the 10.25 grams of fentanyl, police also seized 1 kilogram of cocaine, 6 kilos of a substance that they have yet to determine, 1.25 kilos of crystal meth, over $307,000, a semi-automatic 12-gauge shotgun and a handgun, as well as a stolen 2019 Dodge Durango and a 2016 Acura RDX. The Halton Police would like to thank Public Prosecution Service of Canada, Criminal Intelligence Service Ontario, and the RCMP for their assistance during this investigation, and they would like to remind the public that you can report a crime anonymously by calling Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. And now we'll connect with the Mayor of Oakville, Rob Burton, who's joining us from Bronte Outer Harbour Marina on this beautiful day.
Well, a lot of changes take a long time, and we often get a little despondent over how long things take. But I'm happy to say that on October 1st, the smooth transition from private ownership and operation to public ownership and operation will take place here at the Bronte Outer Harbour Marina. Over my shoulder, you can see the beautiful site. And on October 1st, there should be, you actually shouldn't be able to tell anything changes. We will continue to operate. The hauling out of the boats and storing of them will continue. Price change. And as a matter of fact, the personnel servicing you won't change either. The only real change is that the people of Oakville have secured public access to the waterfront, which is the legacy of former Mayor Harry Barrett, who first espoused that vision back in the 1972 period. So it's always great when a long-standing vision comes true, even if it does take a very long time in this particular case.
As of today, you can now access Wi-Fi on all GO buses and on about half of the GO trains. All GO trains are expected to be equipped in early 2021. The Ontario government made this announcement today as part of their commitment to improve public transit. As part of the initiative, there will also be content provided on a portal that offers TV shows, audiobooks, music, podcasts, and more. For more information, please visit transit.com and search Wi-Fi. Small businesses have been hard hit by the pandemic. Revenues have dropped, workers have been laid off, and as a looming second wave threatens, owners are worried about further shutdowns. Mark Carr and Angelo Bentavania dig deeper on this issue in the next episode of The Issue. In this preview, mortgage broker Jivan Sanghera discusses some of the government's programs that already exist to help out.
Our government did step up quite quickly to bring out the SERB program, and now has the small business loan program where small businesses have been able to borrow up to $40,000. And that was administered through their business bank. There is the program as well where they have the government is assisting companies with their payroll up to certain thresholds as well. So those programs in and of themselves are designed to try and improve cash flow situations for businesses. We know that Canada is built on the back of small business. We have a very large percentage of people that are self-employed here, and gainfully employed because of it. Angelo, I know you've run your business for a long time, and even as an independent mortgage person myself, I've been at this for more than 15 years. So I see the ebbs and flows of the way, things go for our customers, and for small business people, especially those of them in the direct to customer service industries, they were affected substantially. So the current programs in effect through the government are definitely something that they should be leaning on. The other thing is that many of them took deferral programs from their lenders, whether it was for credit or mortgages, and that hopefully helped people with their cash flow crunch. Some of those programs are still available. If you did not take advantage of deferrals previously, you can still contact your bank and speak to them about deferring your mortgage payments or other debt payments that you have. The key really is the entire government, small business, our chambers of commerce, nobody wants to see small business fail.
To watch that episode in its entirety, tune in tomorrow night. That's Tuesday at 8 p.m. September is Suicide Prevention Month. The idea is to take time to raise awareness and understanding about suicide and what we can do to help those dealing with mental illness. So tonight we're featuring Ryan, a suicide attempt survivor who now has a new lease on life and wants to help others like him heal.
Ryan Luke has just moved from Burlington into this new house in Hamilton, a place he is proud to call home. His home and no one else's. He lives here with his dog Roxy and a cat who prefers to play hide and not so much seek. To anyone who doesn't know Ryan, you would never think that just a few short years ago he was here, fighting for his life after attempting suicide.
I started planning my suicidal ideation probably a month before I attempted to take my own life. So that'll be 5 years ago in January 7th. And it's terrifying to think that I was in such a state of mind that was the only option, was to stop being a burden to myself, stop being a burden to society, stop being a burden to my friends and family and coworkers. I didn't want to be on this earth anymore. So I started to plan. My ex-girlfriend at the time was going to take our dog, Roxy, to Brampton for a visit. And I made the decision after work to pick up alcohol. And I was on quite a few prescription medications at the time. And I drank a tremendous amount of alcohol. At one point in my life, I was drinking up to 18 tall boys a day regularly, which is quite a bit of alcohol. So I got home, started drinking, and it was a very, very dangerous combination of medication, prescription medication that I was popping into my mouth every half hour. And I cut for the first time. I still have the scars on my arm here. I did not want to live. I did not want to live.
Deciding to kill yourself is not something that just happens. For Ryan, it was a decision that stemmed from years of mental illness.
It started, I would say 4. I missed a lot of school in grade 7, grade 8. I was sick all the time, but I was mentally sick and no one really knew what was happening. So there wasn't a lot available back then, and that's okay. I don't point fingers, I don't blame. My life happened how it happened. But a lot of I struggled with very, very low self-esteem, low self-confidence, just built up anxiety, and depression was debilitating even at a young age. Lack of motivation, lack of interest. So looking back, those are all things that are clearly depression and anxiety. And I was embarrassed of those things.
And hiding his embarrassment was easy at first, especially after becoming friends with Jonathan Sherwood 32 years ago, who, like Ryan, was dealing with his own struggles at home.
You know, when you are born into trauma, you don't know any different. So it's not like I came from, or Ryan came from, this really prestige family where it was very loving and caring, and we sat down for dinner every night, and every Sunday we had family dinner, we watched movies together. We didn't come from that life. We came from chaos. We came from traumatic events. We came from hurt. And the only thing that gave us happiness was being together.
Now, as Jonathan was changing his life for the better, he would watch Ryan continue to spiral into his darkness. Fast forward to the night of the attempted suicide, when Ryan picks up the phone and calls Jonathan, a night that haunts him to this day.
So it was, I was mad, and I said, bye, and I just hung up because it hurt me. It was like all that I've been through in my life, and this is how you're gonna go out, man? You're gonna give up and call me and tell me this? Put this on me? Put that thought of, it was mixed. It was mixed. It was like, do you actually love me, man? Because if you loved me, why would you call me and tell me this? And it was very, very disturbing. It was very hard. And obviously you can see today, it's very hard to even speak on because I just can't imagine life with him not there. That's it.
Luckily, Ryan survived and has now spent the last few years putting his life back on track, working with Jonathan to be that beacon of hope for others.
A beacon of hope, yes, absolutely. Because I believe in people. I believe in every single person that I interact with. Everyone is talented, everyone has skills, everyone has potential, and it's about helping people, having positive role models in their life to help them believe in themselves.
September is also Hunger Action Month, and as the executive director of the Burlington Food Bank explains, donations and local campaigns to boost those donations help in a huge way.
This is Robin Bailey, the executive director of the Burlington Food Bank, and it's Hunger Action Month still. And this week, the actual focus is on donations. And so that's why we're here at Walmart. Walmart is one of our biggest supporters. They donate food to us on a regular basis, weekly. Both the South Walmart here on Fairview, as well as the one at Dundas and Appleby. We just wanted to thank both those stores for their continued support for us. They also did this amazing campaign called Spark Change. And that's where all of their customers really came out and supported us. And they raised a little bit over $34,000 between the customers and then Walmart topping up a little bit. So we just wanted to thank their customers as well as the Walmart managers and all of their employees for their continued support of the Burlington Food Bank. Also, for anybody out there who has questions about the food bank, kind of how we do things or different questions about food banking itself, please feel free to contact us, info@burlingtonfoodbank.ca, or give us a call, 905-637-2273.
Thanks for being with us here on Halton News. We need to take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Halton News. As we transition through this pandemic, we all have all kinds of emotions that we're going through. For those that have trouble expressing their emotions, a local psychiatrist, Dr. Ashok Bhattacharya, talks us through a method that may help you work through those emotions with those closest to you.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashok Bhattacharya speaking to you from the Empathy Clinic on a new topic of colorpathy. So a lot of people have different emotions, but they don't know how to express those emotions. That's actually called alexithymia, which means that you can't put the words into the emotions that you have. So what I've done over the years is try and really simplify emotional content. So I break our emotions down into 4 emotions: sad, glad, mad, and frad, which is my way of saying afraid. So if you're not sure which of those emotions that you're having, then maybe if you can use the color. So I use green for glad, sad is blue, mad is red, and for frad I use yellow. Now it's important to be able to feel your own emotions, but it might be easier to use a color. Plus, if you're talking to somebody else and you've explained the color scheme story to them, they can use those colors as well to explain how they feel. Now what's really fun is when you try to guess somebody else's emotional color. And when you begin to get closer to guessing properly, then the quality of that communication actually improves. Now I know there's lots of other emotions besides those 4 emotions we've talked about, but that's okay. A starting place is a place to begin to build and grow and put those other emotions together so that you can understand yourself, but more importantly, understand your partner and other close relationships that you have. This is also applicable, of course, to the workplace. So during this time, especially of increased emotional times for all of us, it can really help to be able to express your emotions carefully and properly, but also understand and empathize with the emotions of the people you care about. Be safe, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Here's a look at Bayshore Park. It's another beautiful day out there after a weekend that truly felt like the dead of summer. I hope those of you who love the sunshine were able to enjoy, because we do have clouds rolling in. Tomorrow we expect mainly cloudy skies with an afternoon high of 19 and a 30% chance of nighttime showers. Wednesday comes with a 40% chance of showers all day long, and that will last into Thursday. You'll also notice the temperature really starting to cool down. By Friday, our high will only reach 11 degrees in the afternoon, and that risk of rain is looking like it will finally let up by Saturday. A mix of sun and clouds and sweater weather expected, the high only reaching 12 degrees. Nominations for the 26th Annual Oakville Awards for Business Excellence are now open. Who do you think should win Large, Midsize, or Small Business of the Year? How about Professional Services Provider of the Year, or Best Service Industry Entrepreneur or Tourism Excellence of the Year? Nominees for all categories are addressed on factors such as business growth, reputation, innovation, investment into the business, and business practices. To learn more about the upcoming awards and to be nominated or nominate someone else, please visit oabe.ca/nominations. Nominations will be open until October 30th. And now we'll look to how some of Halton's top companies performed on the markets today. We do need to take a break, but we'll be back with a story and a local event to celebrate Halloween. We'll be right back. For those of you with kids wondering what's going to be happening this year for Halloween amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, why not find other ways to celebrate ahead of time, such as attending Pumpkins After Dark?
It was a tough decision for us to say, we had to decide very early on after COVID started, are we going to do a show or not? And, we talked to a lot of people and they said, we think people are going to need something to do. We think they're going to need a show. So we started work immediately trying to figure out how to turn this thing into a drive-through. As a walkthrough event, we have a lot of displays in a very compact area. So you turn left, you see a display, you turn right, you walk 20 feet, there's another display on the left and the right. Doing the drive-through, we really wanted to take advantage of Country Heritage Park. Country Heritage Park is a beautiful property. It's 88 acres. So we spaced the displays out. So we've tried to put, 50 to 60 meters between displays. So you really have a chance to see the display from a distance, and then you get to see it up close. And so we've really loaded up with this year with displays. There's almost 50% more displays than last year, but we're hoping that people are going to spend 45 minutes to an hour here, really taking their time and, stopping to appreciate the work that these amazing artists have done and bringing these sculptures to life. We officially kick off September 18th at 8 o'clock. You have to buy your tickets online. You can't buy them at the door. So we want everyone to go to www.pumpkinsafterdark.com. And we have a very limited number that are allowed to go through on an hourly basis. So we don't want people to be rushed. We want them to take their time. We want them to really enjoy the displays. We're really excited. Last year we didn't even open on Halloween. But this year we said, maybe it'll be a good thing. And Halloween is selling out really quickly. So I think a lot of people are anticipating or even making the decision to say, maybe we don't want our kids going door to door this year. So let's find something else fun to do, and hopefully we'll fill that need.
The Halton Environmental Network says climate action takes a village. They invite you to join with them and their Village of Local Environment and Community Groups on September 30th at 7 p.m. for a free screening of the 2040 film. The film focuses on solutions and approaches that could change our climate crisis. To find them, visit haltonenvironet.ca for all the information and details on how to watch. Starting tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m., the town of Milton is opening up registration for a variety of fall recreation programs. The community centers will once again host activities for all ages, abilities, and interests. Residents are encouraged to register online, but if you prefer to register in person, you can do so starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow at the Milton Sports Center, Senior Activity Center, or Sherwood Community Center. To visit, go to milton.ca and click Arts and Recreation. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us tonight. We hope to see you tomorrow night. We'll be live again at 5:30.